Okay, so now we're going to discuss first call option and look at their payoff diagrams. So basically call option is an option to buy an asset at a certain price by a certain date. So you need to remember that by call you mean that you're going to buy the underlying asset. This is an example, an investment company. Okay, so an investment company has just been appointed investment manager of a UK pension fund. The manager for the fund is expecting to receive UK pound 50 million from the pension fund for immediate investment in the UK stock market. These funds, however, will probably not be received for another 3 weeks. The manager has identified a number of companies in which to buy shares and believes that one of them, Mega Systems, is likely to rise substantially before the funds are received. The manager anticipates investing 500,000 in this company and therefore decides to protect the position by buying an option to buy Mega System shares. These are currently trading at UK pound 5 a share. So basically over here, they have told you that there's a manager who is going to receive 50 million from pension funds, but he will probably not receive this funds for another 3 weeks. So after 3 weeks, he needs to immediately invest this 50 million, and he has shortlisted a company which is Mega System, and he believes that in the future the price of this will go up. So he wants to purchase the shares of Mega System before the price goes up. And the shares are currently trading at this price. So what he's going to do is going to buy an option. So because he wants to buy shares in Mega System, he will have to purchase a call option, which gives him the right to later on buy shares in Mega System. So option type will be call option because it will give the fund manager the right but not the obligation to buy Mega System shares. So you want to keep that option with him that in the future he would want to buy these shares. The strike price decided is pound 5. The price payable by the fund manager under the option contract for the shares he or she has an option to buy. The number of shares that he wants to buy is 100,000. So because remember, he had 500,000 to invest. So 5 multiplied by 100,000 is an investment of 500,000. The option period is 1 month. The option expires at the end of 1 month from the date of the option contract is entered into, because he was going to get the fund 3 weeks later. So that means after he gets the amount in 3 weeks, he will have 1 week to exercise this option. What is the premium? The premium is 5%. So in order to purchase this call option, the fund manager will have to pay 5% of the strike price. That means 5% of the strike price, which means 0.25 cents. Sorry, pence. So the price a fund manager must pay for acquiring the right to purchase Mega System shares at pound 5 for the next month, premium per share is 25 pence. So over here, so each share would require this premium. You will have to purchase that many call options. So you want to purchase 100,000 shares, and 1 share's call option is going to cost you 0.25. That means in total for premium, you will have to pay 25,000. Okay. Now moving ahead, we're going to take different scenarios. What if Mega System share price falls to pound 4? So you remember what is your strike price? I'm going to note it by X. Your strike price was 5. Now, what happens if the share price falls to 4? Now, think about it. This means that you have the option to buy the share for 5 when actually the price in the market is 4. So why would you purchase it for 5 when you can purchase it for 4 in the market? you will not exercise your call option in this case. Remember, because it is a right, it is not mandatory for you to purchase at this 5 price. If the price is lower in the market, why not just purchase it from the market itself? So under this scenario, the fund manager lets the option contract lapse. There is no point in buying mega system shares for 5 when they can be purchased in the market for 4. So in this case, the maximum loss that he will still have to bear is the 0.25 that he had paid on each share. So which means that the 25,000 that he had paid will be lost because he did not use that option. Now, what is scenario number 2? Scenario number 2 is mega system share price rises to pound 6. Again, your strike price is 5. Now, you can purchase it for 5 when it is available for 6 in the market. So, of course, you're going to use it. You're going to purchase it at 5, even though the value has already reached 6 pounds. So, you will get an immediate £1 gain out of this transaction. So the fund manager exercises the option and buys 100,000 shares at UK pound 5 a share. So now let's look at its diagram to understand this even more. Payoff profile for the fund manager buying the call option on mega system shares. So this was the premium. Remember, 25 pence on one share. And this is the strike price or the market price, pound 5. Break-even price will be pound 5.25 because you have to cover the strike price and the premium. So your total expense on one call option, if you exercise, is that you will have to pay the 5 of the stock price, and you have already given an advance payment of 0.25. So your total expense is 5.25. It's not going to be 5 if it is exercised. But if it's not exercised, then yes, your expense will only be 0.25 on one share. So in this region, it is not going to be exercised. Okay, because over here the share price is less than the strike price. So you are not going to exercise it. For example, if over here it is 4, then you will not exercise it because, like already discussed, you can purchase it in the market for 4. Then why would you use your call option? Why would you purchase something for 5 when it is available in the market for 4? So at this point, you will not exercise it and you will have to bear the 25 pence loss. Similarly, if it's 3, if it's 2, if it's 1, you're not going to exercise it, and this is the maximum loss that you will have to bear. But as the price increases, so as you reach 5.25, as you reach 5.25, after that it is profitable for you because you have covered your premium cost as well and you're going to make extra profit. So for example, at 6, when the price was 6 and your total expense is 5.25, you're going to exercise it, you're going to get a profit of 75 pence. Similarly, if the price is 7, then your profit is likewise going to increase. If it's 8, it's going to increase even more. So you can see that there is no limit to the amount of profit that you can earn out of this, but your loss is limited. This was the payoff profile for the fund manager buying the call option on mega system shares. And one more thing, you should remember that what is the formula to calculate the exercise value for a call option. So let's revise that as well. If I want to calculate the exercise value of a call option, should the strike price come first or should the spot price come first? That is my question. If you want to buy, at the lowest price. So your strike price is going to be in the negative because you want this to be lower. And over here, you will have your spot price. I'm just going to note it by S naught. So this is your payoff function. So in the in the second case, when the spot price was 6 minus 5, the exercise value was 1. Well, this is not your profit, remember, because you still have to deduct the amount that you had paid for premium. So your profit was 0.75. Now moving ahead, now this was the buyer of the call option. On the other end, you have the person who is the seller of the call option, or who we call is the writer of the call option. Now this person is obligated, right? The buyer is not obligated, but the seller is obligated to make due of the contract. So if the buyer decides that, yes, I will use my option and I'm going to purchase the stock, the seller is now bound to sell his stock at that price. So the call option seller, the diagram is going to be the opposite of this. So you can see that this one is going like this, and it's a mirror image. And this one is going like this. So it's going to be a mirror image for the seller, because the seller is going to profit at this area. The seller is going to receive the premium. So as long as your market price, your strike price is over here. Okay, so as long as your market price, your strike price is more. So let's say if the price in the market is 4, so we already discussed that the call option will not be exercised by the buyer. The seller cannot exercise it. Remember, the buyer can only exercise it. So the buyer is not going to exercise it in this area because it's not profitable for him to do so. So, but the seller is going to profit in this area. So the seller is going to earn if the option does not get used. But if the price goes over here like 5.256 and the contract and the option buyer does use his right and he does exercise his option, then this will be the loss for the seller. So it's again a zero-sum game. Once a profit is another person's loss. Now, these are some terminologies in, at, and out of the money. So over here, when the call option, remember the exercise price was 5. So when the spot price is below the exercise price, we say that it is out of the money. We say it's out of the money because a call option will never be exercised in this kind of a scenario. No one will want to exercise it in this case because they can purchase it in the market for 4, then why use that call option? At the money is when both of them are equal, and in the money is when the spot price is greater than the call option strike price, because in this case it is going to be exercised. So when it is going to be exercised and it is going to earn a profit, we say it is in the money. At the money also you can exercise it, but remember you still need to cover the premium, so you will not be able to get back your premium amount in the form of profit.